record, and there. Awesome. All right. Well, today is this and that, and it's a this and that one. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, let's start with swinging our arms all the way up and around. Nice big deep breath in and out. And let's go the other way. Bringing that arm as close up to your ear as possible. And let's go the other way. And the other way. I probably said other way and I meant to say other arm. Dory, are you talking to me again? All right. And let's do shoulder rolls now. I had a nice massage yesterday. She had to spend a little extra time on me because just before she was about to leave, I went, "Oh, what's that?" So she had to work on my lower neck there. I just had this little ting, and she goes, "Ooh, gotta fix that." I said, "Yeah." All right. Okay, hands are out, shoulders are in their sockets. Reach for those opposite walls. I want you to feel those shoulder blades back there as you're reaching for those opposite walls, and then come across. Couple pulses back and across. 2, 3, and 4. And the other side. Lengthen. Shoulders are relaxed. Come across. Nice big deep breath out as you're coming across. One more. And down. Give them a nice little shakeroo. And then let's reach nice and tall. Reach as high as you can. Reach, 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 reach. And then go with the wind. And boy, is it windy out there. I was trying to walk down the street and I'm going, "Oh my goodness. The lake must be just a rocket." Oh, did I forget to tell you that I got my granite yesterday? Yay! And I love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, reaching nice and tall, belly in, 6 full body squats. Coming down those side walls, booty goes back. Collapse down. Up. Nice big deep breath in, coming up and squeeze those glutes. Let's do one more. And squeeze those glutes. And hands come down. Give it a little shake. All right, 3 air squats backwards. 1, 2, 3, and forwards. 1, 2, and 3. And the other leg. 1, 2, 3, and forwards. 1, 2, and 3. And let's go all the way up on our tippy toes. Up, up, up. Squeeze those calves. Down on 1, up on 2. Down. Squeeze. Down. Up. Down. Up. And let's come all the way down. All right, ankle rolls. And the other way. And the other foot. All right, we're all warmed up. All right, and dance it up, shake around. Pat her down, shake her up. Come on, move it. Woo, woo, doo, 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 doo. All righty. All right, so we're going to start off with skipping, and then we're going to go to skater, and then we're going to do a step out squat, touch the ground, come back, reach up, and the other side. Up, like that, okay? But I want your booty goes back and your core's engaged. All right, starting off with a skippity-doo-dah, skippity-day. All right, tiny little jumps, or you can skip it out this way, whichever way you want to go. Yes, so my granite came yesterday morning, very happy. Went to pick out the backsplash because we couldn't do that until, let's skip backwards, until the granite was in so we could see what it all looked like. Anyways, we're getting there. I think all right, skater, step it back, swing those arms. Yeah, my pantry, well, no one's here today. Well, the plumbers are here. I get my water, my sink, everything put together today. Kitchen's going to be fully functional today. Pantry goes in, hopefully before the weekend, so I can put all my food away. All right, and step out squat. So it's a sumo squat, right? Down, back up, hands go up. Sort of like a frog. Keep the belly pulled in. You could also do this with weights if you like, but make sure that booty goes back. And skipping. Skippity-doo-dah, skip-it-oh-dee-day. My, oh my, what a windy day. Backwards. All right, 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and skater. All right, step it across. Oh no, what am I doing? Skating. I'm skating, sorry. Belly comes in. I want you to feel that twist, right? Not too much of a twist in you, but keep the belly to your back. And bring that back leg back and around. And step out, sumo squat, down, up, down, up. That's it. You can do like sort of shoulder presses, right? All right, and back to skipping. Woo, woo, do, 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 do. Oh my goodness. I was so excited for 2 days because I messed up. I thought the granite was coming on Tuesday backwards, and it wasn't. It's coming Wednesday, so then I got excited on Wednesday. But what a good way to wake up all excited, right? All right, skaters. Woo. Belly comes to your back, guys. And getting all set up at the Union Market Holiday Market pop-up. That's I can't wait to go down and see. All right, step out squats. Whoops, down, up. I was there helping set up the other day with all my boards. And, but then everybody else was coming later or the next day. It'll be nice. It's going to be really nice to walk in. All right, back to skipping. We're not done. Come on. Just because I don't have enough on my plate, right? Hoo, hoo, do, 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 do. All right, and backwards. Seven more seconds. 2 and 1, and we're skating. Woo! Oh, and went to my Shoppers Drug Mart yesterday because it was Redemption Day, the biggest redemption day of the year, they say. Anyways, it is. That's when I usually spend. I usually redeem my points about 3 times a year, and I get about $300 worth of free product. No word of a lie. Step out squat, up, up. That's when I buy all my moisturizers and, well, whatever you need, right? But $300 worth of product, and I paid $38. You have to pay the tax. And I do that 3 times a year with my optimum points. That's a pretty good deal. We're not done. Back to skipping. Woo! It's always around Christmas time too that they have the big bonus, so you can get all your chocolates for stocking stuffers. And of course I bought my advent calendar for the boys. All right, backwards. I just buy the cheap ones because they don't open them day by day. They open them right from the get-go. All right, skipping. Skater. Oh my goodness. Never ending. I would have thought this was a Monday. Step it back. It would be nice to have a little snow on the ground. Some places are getting snow. It's cold enough to snow out there. Too bad all that rain yesterday wasn't snow. And we're done. Woo! Good stuff. Woo! All right, grab a drink of water, which I don't have any water down here. Shocking. Oh, I do. Hang on, I gotta get some water. Grab a drink. Come on. Because I need one. All right. Whew. Okay, we're going to start off. Oh, you're going to love me with this. Push-ups. You can start doing them now because you're going to do as many as you can. And when you're done, go into child's pose. All right? So you can do push-ups any way you want to do them. But one thing I want you to focus on is pushing those shoulders back in their sockets, all right? So you can do them on your knees. I do all my push-ups on my knees. You can do full ones, but get those shoulders back, belly to your back, and then do them. Looking straight down. Do as many as you can, and then go into child's pose. Push up from the heel of your hand palm, but your fingertips are pushed into the mat. Oof. And when you're tiring out, do that last one. Oof. And then into child's pose. And let's walk those hands over to the right. And then all the way over to the left. And come back to center and drag them down to your knees and roll all the way up. Awesome. It's this and that day, so we need our ball, right? We're going to do chest press, fly, try. All three in one, so make sure you have the weights that you can do all three. So I have to go a little lower because my flies, I can do presses with heavier, but my flies, I just can't do it. So, and of course the tries. So, sitting on your ball, weights in hand, roll down, head and shoulders up on the ball. All right, hips are up high. We're going to do flies first, so those are C's. All right, so get the two weights above your chest, go into a fly, turn into a press, shoulder press, and then to a try. All right, bring those elbows, the elbows are to the ceiling, and just bring the weights back, and then fly over top of your chest, press, try, and again. Oh yeah, fly, squeeze your chest, press, feel your pecs, and try. Get those tries. And again, fly, press, two, try. One more. Fly, squeeze, press, push them up, and try. Keep those elbows close together. And let's come all the way back down. Woo-hoo. All right. Secure the ball. We're going to do side crunches with our weight. One weight. So one weight in hand and up. Get the rib cage up off your hip bones. Point that toe out and elbow to knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and again. If you can, go for balance. 6, we're doing 15, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And bring the weight down. We're going to do the other side, left side, next round. All right? And squat. Oh, yeah, squat, jab, jab, jab. No, jab, 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 squat, roundhouse, right? So get into your boxing zone, shoulders back, jab, 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 squat it down, or roundhouse. I forget, jab, 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 roundhouse, jab, jab, jab. What is it? Squat, roundhouse, jab, jab, jab. There we go. Squat it, roundhouse, jab, 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 squat, roundhouse, jab, 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 squat, roundhouse, jab, jab, jab. Keep your body nice and tall, lengthen to the ceiling. Squat it, roundhouse, squat, roundhouse, squat, roundhouse. One more per side. Squat, roundhouse, and last one. Squat it. Roundhouse, jab, jab, jab. Awesome stuff. All right, grab a drink. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Yep, we are. Okay. We're going to do our push-ups again, all right? So, same thing. Do as many as you can, right? And then go into child's pose. So, again, you decide. I have my hands wider just because I can't do them thinner. So you know what you can do, but get those shoulders, push them back into their spots first. Belly to your back and up and down. You're going to feel this much more if your shoulders are in their sockets and all the working parts are working where they're supposed to be, right? Not out of joint. And then go into child's pose when you're done. Walk those hands over. Nice stretch, guys. We're just stretching out what we just worked. And over to the other side. Back to center. Drag it down. And roll it all the way up. Give those arms a shake. All right. Back on the ball. Let's go. Grab your weights. Fly. What did I say? Fly, press, try. All right. Roll it down. Get those hips up high. Hands come above your chest. Right? They're not above your eyes. They're probably just at your chin, like just past the end of the weight. All right, we're flying. 2 C's, squeeze, and then fly, push them up, and try. Squeeze that baby finger. Fly, press, try. Press and try. One more. Fly, squeeze those weights together. Press, push them up. Feel those pecs, right? And try, squeeze that baby finger as you're coming up and down. Woo, hoo, hoo. Awesome. Ball goes away. All right, we have side crunches on the left-hand side. So weight comes up, rib cage up off your hip bones, belly in, and elbow to knee. 15, 2, 3, 4, 5, whoop, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. All right, that weights go down. Give those arms a shake-a-roo, because we're back to squat, jab, jab, jab. If you don't want to do roundhouse, you can do straight kick instead. It's up to you, okay? So, squat, booty back, up. Roundhouse, jag, jag, jag. Bring those arms back to your side as you punch. Jab, jab, jab. That's it. Last one. Jab, jab, jab. All right, because we're down on the mat, because we can't forget crunch, jab, 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 bike, bum lifts. 2 sets of 10 each. All right, let's go. Bring it up. Jab, jab, jab. Protect your head. Slide down. Roll back up. 2, 3. Don't forget that little snap. Straightening your back. 4. Belly to your back. 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, and 10. Bike, hands behind head, left knee to right armpit. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, belly to your mat. 4, 5, 6, extend that leg, push that heel to that back wall. 8, 9, and 10. Feet come up to the ceiling, hands by your body, and raise the roof. 1, 2, try to have those legs above your hips. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, crunch, jab, jab, jab. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come on, we can do it. 4 more. 4, 3. Bring that belly to your back, guys. Nice big deep breath out as you're coming up. 1 more, I think. If you need to, grab behind your knees to pull yourself up. We're into bike. All right, I really want your belly to the mat. You got blueberry spine, and push that heel to that back wall. 1, 2, belly to the mat. 3, 4, knee to armpit. 5, 6, 7, belly to your mat. 8, 9, and 10. Feet up to the sky. We're working our lower abs. Raise the roof. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we're done. Lengthen both arms and legs. Reach for those opposite walls. Reach right arm, left leg. Left arm, right leg. And let's swing those arms around and grab our knees. Bring them into our chest and roll side to side. Now that was a full body workout. Whew. Feeling good. All right, 3 rock and rolls to our feet. 1, 2, and 3. To ragdoll, hang those arms. Nice big deep breath in and out. All right, soft bend in the knees. Let those arms hang. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Let's roll up from the bottom of the vertebrae. And roll your shoulders back. All right, good work. All right, grab a drink. I'm switching this over. All right, we have our power yoga, and this is power yoga flows. So not a lot of holding, maybe 1 or 2 breaths. All right. All right, let's stand at the end of your mat here. And let's bring our hands all the way up to the ceiling. Reach for the sky, belly to your back. And let's go all the way down, reaching for those side walls to ragdoll. Soft bend in the knees, belly to your back. And we're going to roll up again, nice and slowly, keeping the belly pulled in so you feel that middle vertebrae coming up past your shoulder blades. Chin is tucked, and roll your shoulders back. Hands come up to the sky and back down. Walking your hands out to downward dog. And let's push away from our hands. We're doing a little bit of a different sequence here, so just stay with me. Nothing really changes, just the sequence does. So we're pushing our chest to our knees and our bellies up, and sway those hips just side to side. Still pushing your chest towards your knees. Let's raise that right leg up high behind you. 3 kicks. Bend that knee and reach that knee to that back wall and look underneath that right shoulder. Straighten that leg all the way out again. And we're going to bring that right foot to your right thumb. And we're going to reach up with your right arm up to the sky. Bring it back down. Switch legs. Left leg comes up. Left arm comes up to the sky. Open up that. Back down. Change it up again. Right foot comes up. Right arm comes all the way up to the sky. Come back down. Return that foot to your left foot so we're in high plank. Shoulders are in their sockets. Plank twist to the right. Plank twist to the left. To chaturanga. I drop my knees. Elbows are tucked in. Looking straight down. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's push our chest up. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. And then come all the way back down to the ground. Push up to plank, to downward dog. Push away from your hands. And let's raise that right leg up. High behind you, still pushing your chest towards your knee there. And bring it all the way through to your right thumb. Adjust your back foot. We're going up to warrior 1. Hands come in front of your right foot. Palms being pulled together. Reach for the wall in front of you. Power up. A nice little back arch. To warrior 1. Keeping that belly pulled in. Nice big deep breath in and out. Right hand comes down to your right foot. Lengthen those arms. And breathe. Left arm swings back and around to your other hand. And reach for that wall in front of you. And we're going to low airplane from here. So palms together, bring those arms back behind you. lower your chest to your right thigh or to the side, keeping those palms pulled in. And we're going to lever up to high airplane. So start shifting your weight to that right foot, keeping those palms pulled together, and raise that left foot up behind you. Breathe. And come all the way back down to standing, and walk all the way back to the end of your mat. And bring those hands all the way back up to the sky. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Coming all the way down to ragdoll. Walk those hands out to downward dog. Push away from your hands. Get up on those knuckle pads, belly to your back. Flat foot, try to have flat foot and just sway those hips side to side. Lift that left leg up, high behind, 3 kicks. Bend that knee and look underneath that left shoulder. Straighten that leg out, and we're coming all the way through to that left thumb. You're in low lunge. This time we're going to raise our right arm all the way up, all the way down. Switch legs. Right leg comes up. Left arm comes up. Look at those fingers up there. Bring it back down. Switch back. Left leg comes up. You're in low lunge. Right arm all the way up. And bring that hand back down. Switch that leg back to high plank. Shoulders, push them back. Plank twist to the right. And plank twist to the left. To chaturanga. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let's push our chest up and squeeze those shoulder blades together. Drop that chest all the way back down. Push up to high plank, to downward dog, up on your knuckle pads, chest being pushed to those knees. Nice big deep breath in and out, and we're going to raise that left leg up high behind you, coming through to warrior 1, low lunge. Adjust that back foot, hands come in front of your left toe, reach out in front of you, power up again, nice little back arch to warrior 1. 2 nice big deep breaths in and out. Left arm comes down, right arm comes up. Lengthen those arms. Right arm swings back and around to your front one. Okay, hands are in front, palms being pulled together. Bring both arms back to low airplane. Lower your chest. Squeeze those hands together. And we're going to start shifting back up to high airplane. So start shifting your weight to that front foot and then start raising that back leg up. Ground your toes. It's going to help you with your balance. And when you're done, come all the way back to star. Turn my mat a bit. All right. Shoulders are in their sockets. We are in star. Reach those arms. Let's reach those index fingers, loud fingers, ring fingers, and baby fingers. Bring your hands up to the sky. Widen those toes out. We're going down to horse. Here we are in horse. Let's just do a couple pulses here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And let's just go all the way up to the count of 4. Start squeezing those glutes. 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. 4, 3, 2, and down. One more time. 4, 3, 2, 1, and 1. Booty goes back. 2, 3, 4. Elbows to knees. And let's just open those legs, kind of sway side to side. Put a little pressure on those knees. Open up those inner legs, stretch them out. And let's just straighten out those legs and go. Bring your arms down to star ragdoll. Fold your arms. Nice big deep breath in and out. Let's raise that right arm up to the sky and take a look. And arm comes back, other side. Take a look up there at those fingers. Coming all the way back down and side. Let's bring our arms over to our right foot for a nice right side lunge. Left foot flat on the floor. Slide across to that other side. Go with your breathing. Slide across to the right. And one more time to the left. Come back to center. Open up those toes. Bend those knees. Right? And left elbow on left knee. Right elbow on right knee. And then just start looking forward. All right? We're going to go back up to horse. So if you can, bring your hands together and let's start moving up. All the way up. Turn your right foot to the end of the mat and we're right in to warrior 2. Reaching for those opposite walls. 2 nice big deep breaths in and out. Raise that right arm up to the sky and left one down your left leg. And right arm comes down to the right foot and look up at your left. Back to warrior 2. And we're going to bring that right arm to your left arm. Reach for the wall in front of you. All right. And we're going to go right up from here. We're going to go right up to warrior 3. So shift your weight. Pop that back leg up. Warrior 3. Hinge up to tree. Leg comes up. Place that foot on your right leg. Come back up to the sky. Lengthen. Ground your toes. Open up that leg. Belly to the back. And we're going to dancer from here. Left arm comes back down. Grab the shoelace of your left foot. Point your right hand at the upper crotch. And then I want you to start raising that hand and foot up to the sky. And when you're done, come all the way back down and come into star. Left leg, warrior 1, 2, sorry, on the left side, shoulders are back. Reach for those walls. Nice big deep breath in and out. Left arm comes up, right arm goes down. Left arm comes all the way down to your left foot. Lengthen those arms. 2 nice big deep breaths in and out. Swing that right arm back and around to your front arm. And we're going to pop up to warrior 3. So shift your weight to that left front foot. Reach for the wall in front of you. I like to have my toe pointing down to try to keep my hips square. Belly to your back. And breathe. I'm shaking like a leaf. And let's start hinging down. You can go at your own pace here. Grab your foot to go into tree. Open up that knee and reach for the sky. Try to have those hands close to your ears, lengthened up to the sky. And let's bring that right hand down. Grab your shoelace on your right foot. And then bringing that back leg up. I fell out. Ground your toes. And when you're done, come all the way back down. And let's just roll those shoulders around. Whew, that's a lot. All right, we're going to get down onto tabletop from here. And hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Let's do 3 taps of your feet and make a wish. Awesome. I got a wish. Okay. All right. We're going to do cat and cow, kissing cow as well. So let's push our hands into the mat and towards our knees. All right. Keeping that resistance, going up to cow, kissing cow. And relax. Push into the mat and away from your knees. Belly comes in, chin comes to chest. Go all the way up to cat. Sway side to side. Feel that nice stretch in your back. And come back down. And one more kissing cow. Push in and away from your knees. And relax. Push into the mat and toward your knees. Did I do that backwards? I did. Push into the mat and away from your hands and going up to cat. Okay, I really want you to feel your shoulder blades, so really tuck in, belly up to the sky. Feel your arms and everything. And come all the way back down. Awesome. Let's sit down on our knees and go into child's pose from here. Nice big deep breath in and out. Let's bring our hands from here out to T. Okay, so your forehead's still on the mat. And I just want you to try to walk those hands to those opposite walls. You're going to feel this sort of in your biceps and under your armpits. Just keep trying to walk those fingers further away. And then let's bring those arms to your side. And just let your shoulders roll in front and just relax. Take a nice big deep breath in and out. Bring your hands back, forearms down to the mat. And let's go up into tabletop from here again. And we're going to go into pigeon from here, all right? So I like to go into plank first and then bring my knee in and then across the mat and bring that leg down to the mat. And you can stay high or low or completely down on the mat, but a really nice hip stretch here. I want you to take 5 nice big deep breaths in and out here, okay? With every breath, you're sinking a little bit further into that stretch. Awesome. Let's just switch legs from here. Bring that foot back. Give it a little shake-a-roo. Bring the other knee in and across the mat. And then come all the way down as far as you can. And breathe. Still can't get my... I don't think I want to. Just trying something there. Nice big deep breath in and out. Awesome. And then let's just sit up on our mats with our legs straight out in front of us. Roll those shoulders back because I can sit facing you guys. All right, roll those shoulders back. And let's reach up high to the sky. Try to get your rib cage up off your hip bones and your belly to your back. And we're going to do a nice forward fold from here. So let's walk those hands to the upper crotch. And then reaching for that wall in front of you, start looking down, coming down, still reaching for that wall in front of you. I want you to go as far as you can go. And then just hold it there. And breathe in and out. And then I want you to just collapse down onto those legs. Nice big deep breath in and out. And then just roll all the way back up. Roll your shoulders back. And we're going to just keep your legs straight there. And we're going to do some roll down. So hands out in front. Okay, I want you to tilt your pelvis. And we're going to roll down nice and slowly. Extend our arms over our head. Let's lengthen our bodies, belly to the mat. And we're going to bring both hands and legs up to the sky for a nice pike. Up to the sky, come back down, and then we're going to roll all the way back up again. So both hands and feet reach up to the sky, reach those hands to those feet, bring them back down, and then I want you to roll all the way back up. If you need to grab behind your knees, grab. Reach for that wall in front of you in a nice forward fold. Come back up to sitting nice and tall, belly to your back. Roll all the way down. Lengthen your body, belly to the mat. You got that blueberry spine. Arms and feet up to the sky. Reach. And then bring them all the way back down. If you need to bend your knees, please bend your knees. Bring them down. Protect your back. All right. Belly to the mat. You got blueberry spine here. And we're going to roll all the way up. Try to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. It's kind of hard. Reach for that wall in front of you. Come back up, sitting nice and tall. Rib cage up off your hip bones. Tilt that pelvis and roll all the way down. And lengthen your arms. Awesome. All right, let's bring our knees to our chest for a nice hug. And then let's lengthen our right leg out. We're bringing that left knee to our left armpit. Lengthen that right leg and switch. Right knee to right shoulder armpit. Lengthen that left and switch. Pull in, hold 1, 2, and switch. Lengthen that leg, belly to the mat. Push that belly in, and I want you to push that bottom of the foot, push it to that back wall. Exaggerate your movement. It's nice and slow. Pull in, hug that knee, lengthen that straight leg. Switch. Belly to your back. Switch. And then both knees in for a nice hug for 3 rock and rolls. 1, 2, and 3. To a nice crouch. Let's walk those fingers in front of us. And then sit down on the mat. And let's sit. You know what? No. You know what? We're going to go up on one knee. One knee, one foot. Let's do a nice hip flexor stretch. We did a lot of legs at the beginning. And shoulders. So let's bring our arm across. And then let's walk those fingers down your back. Hands come up. And let's bring them down those side walls, reaching. Bring those hands back behind you. Clasp those hands. Forward fold and bring those hands up to the sky. And bring those hands all the way back down. And let's switch legs. Right, so hip flexor pushing forward. Okay, have that nice stretch. And let's do the other arm. Don't forget to nice and get those shoulders down. Don't have them up. I just had mine way up here. Get them down. And walk those hands down the back. Up to the sky, to cactus. Coming all the way down. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Come all the way back up to the sky again. Come back down to shoulder height. And let's bring those elbows together, pushing that cement together. And then right elbow over top of left. Open up again. Squeeze those arms together. It's cement you're pushing together. Left arm over right elbow. And then hands come down to your knee. And let's push all the way up. And shake it up. Dance it up. That was a woo-hoo. Woo-hoo. Dance it. Move it. Shake it and groove it. Yeah. Yeah. Good job.
That was good.
That was crazy.